have listened to the debates politically, you have not heard any issue about extrajudicial. It was a non-issue to me. And even during the debates, no candidate ever came up with that issue. But when my rating went up, and I was already number one and a viable candidate for the presidency, they dished out that garbage of one. It is true, I'm very strict. It is true that I would be a danger to criminals. I never denied it. And when I became president, until I was able to squeeze everyone, that the naked truth came out. That there were about 700, hundreds of thousands of addicts. And we have stopped counting because I'm waiting for the final report, because it would reach a 1 million mark. Now remember, if you have been a resident of this place 3 years ago, you must have heard General Santiago said that we have already 3 million drug addicts. If you add that to the 1 million I am expecting to be the incremental increase of all of those years, I would have about 4 million drug addicts. When I was in Laos, I had a talk with Widodo, President Widodo. And we had this time to talk about drugs in our respective countries. And I asked him, how many drug addicts do you have in Indonesia? And he answered, 4 million. Now, I have this confirmed 3 million during the time of General Santiago 3 years before. And I was just playing with my mind that by a soft, I said, there's no dissimilarity, because I am sure by the end of this year, I would have about 4 million. Indonesia is a big country. It has 3 great islands, and it has 240 million people. The Philippines is an archipelago, scattered islands, then also have 4 million of a population of 1,400,000. How am I supposed to do? What else could I be? Except to be threatening, and maybe they might just be afraid and stop. It could be a deterrent, if you may. Stop, I said. Because when I became president and squeezed everybody, turns out, no, you saw on TV, every people, thousands of them in every city in the Philippines, lining up, surrendering, and seeking to be cured. But, you know, in the meantime, I was taking a hard stance. And it will be until the last pusher is taken out of the streets. It will be relenting, and I will not stop, even if it take me the whole of the 6 years of my term. I am putting on the table, at risk, my life, my honor, and the presidency itself. Mr. Atkinson, if I'm taken out of office, fine. So long as I just say that I will do my duty and do what I promised to the people. I will stop corruption, drugs, and criminality. And my God, if I have to die doing it, I will anytime. That's what I promised to the people, and it is a sacred promise. I will do it. And I will not stop despite the hypocrisy of the European EU and America and Obama. Now, They don't, they seem to refuse to understand. I became president midterm. What is left of the money of the government after the election of last June is only good for maintenance, MOOE. Nothing else. And I would say that, why is Duterte killing them? Why does not he build so many rehab centers so that they can be cured? And I said, and despite of my explanation, it was never carried by media. Neither in the domestic or what I have said, men judge best when they condemn. So whatever reason you have, it's none. It's of no moment to them. I said, I do not have the money. We're preparing now this budget for implementation of next year. That's what your government does. And this budget that I am operating on was prepared the other year by Aquino. But I never foresaw the problem until I became president of June last year. It was then we realized that there are really millions and millions of drug addicts. And this will destroy the country. I am very sure of that. 4 million scattered around the Philippines with congressmen, governor, mayors, 11 generals, judges in the list. It's either they are on the take or the generals are doing it themselves. So when I became president, I fired 6 generals of the Philippine National Police. And I warned them that I will really kill you if you do it. You continue with your business, I will kill you. Because there is no other way to do it. In face of this barangay that is the smallest political unit, it's the barangay, then the municipality, then the city, the province. There are 6,000 barangay captains doing their own thing, manufacturing Cebu. How am I supposed to deal with? Sometimes I'm tempted really to declare martial law. But it is not feasible to say, we're fine. That's why I declared a state of lawlessness. Because narco-politics has entered my country. Just like the failed states of South America, where the portals of the national government was already tainted with narco-politics when they elected Senator De Lima. The Secretary of Justice was responsible under his watch. One of the bureaus was the National Penitentiary. And it was there where drugs were manufactured, drugs were sold. And so the story of narco-politics is complete in my country. And you guys in the intelligence community know it. As a matter of fact, I told my Secretary of Defense, and of course, General Esperon, that we will, this is not to flatter you, because I have sinned against you. No. I have apologized, and you accept it, fine. If you don't, I'm really very sorry. It was not intended. It was just a mental slip of the numbers of 3 and Hitler. It had nothing to do with the memories of the Jews. Because in my country, we do not tinker memories of our ancestors. That's a no-no. It was just the play of my tongue. Hitler's was the number. And I said, I would not hesitate to kill this idiot. I really will. What's the problem about that? Because if I don't interdict the problem now, then I will have a failed state by the next generation. I would have compromised. You know, a drug addict first begins to steal in his own house. He begins to steal on some other people's house. He gets things that somebody else's own. And there was a rampaging crime. There is a social dysfunction, a family dysfunction start with, a social function in your place, then it places everybody in danger. How many times, you are residents here, how many times have you read of newspapers detailing how an 11-month-old baby was raped, how a mother was killed because the son was asking for money? You are not a stranger to that news. I am very sure of that. That is the reason why my mouth opens like this. And then here comes the human rights attacking me and Obama and the State Department. You know, these guys who are mighty and very strong, industrialized, they don't just do matter. They insult small nations. We are a member of the United Nations. So if you are a president of a country who is a member of the United Nations and you are gripe against me, open the talk and subject matter into the United Nations. Then maybe the United Nations or whatever the Security Council will decide to investigate, then they would order one of the organs under the United Nations is the Human Rights Commission. Then they should send a rapporteur to investigate me, give the results to Ban Ki-moon, and Ban Ki-moon will now call my attention for what is the United Nations, what is its use if you just insult people without any investigation. I've only said, go, arrest them. And if they present a violent resistance, and if you are the policeman or military man, and your life is in danger, kill them. Now, I just came from the hospital. I just came from another. I lose 2 policemen a day. Is that really extrajudicial killing? Why would I allow even one single policeman to die if I'm into it? Might as you shoot people at a distance. You did not really go near him and have yourself slaughtered too. And the problem is, I'm very emotional because America has certainly failed us. Instead of being a friend, it's election time. And they just, go ahead and talk, reprimand another president in front of the international. Is that good? You have a president, Netanyahu. He does not want himself even corrected in public. He will answer you. You know, I'm sure you're familiar with how Netanyahu responds to vicious attacks against his policy. You hear him out. He does not care. America? He does not listen to America. Oh, just shut up. We have our own problem. We will solve it our way. But did they ever chastise? Can they ever chastise Netanyahu? No. Because he will not allow it. And be other presidents maybe, but me, I will not. Then what is your defense now? If media misquotes you, if media does not publish all what you say, or media slants it a little bit, and you have no defense, here am I trying to explain. My explanation never reaches the front pages. It is not even given. It's like all they want is they don't even know the feelings of the Filipinos or my feelings. They worried of the feelings of EU, Obama, and the human rights. They are worried about how these guys feel towards the Philippines, when after all, they do not really care. And that is why I said, if this is what happens now, I will be reconfiguring my foreign policy. Eventually, I might, in my time, I will break up with America. I would rather go to Russia and to China. At least, even if we do not agree with the ideology, they have respect for the people. Respect is important. And that is why I'm here. I really came here to say I'm sorry. Because I respect the Jewish people. For the life of me, you have never heard a single word. As a matter of fact, my wife is a Zimmerman. She was a descendant of an American Jew. Zimmerman. So why would I defile the memory of the Jews? What would I get if I insult the Jewish people? Well, we have been friends. And even in the matters I said of arms, I said, do not buy from anyone except from Israel. Why? Because we have excellent relations, and if they will sell us this gadget, they will not include a bug there that for them to listen also to what's being sold to us. If I get it from America and you are talking here secret, blah, 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 and they're listening, because before you buy it, you put another screw there. This screw is for us. Then you can ask the arms dealer here. Please, ask your people who are here to sell us arms. Ask them. Ask them what I tell them and what they tell me. It was a slip. It was because of the number of 3 million. And that I was portrayed as a Hitler. That did it. It was never my intention to include. Would it help? I mean, if I do that, if I add another phrase, would it help? I am sorry, that's why I did not read the speech. It's full of luho. It does not anything because it will not show my emotions. The problem with speeches that are prepared, it does not show the person. It cannot transmit the emotions which I would like you to feel. So, all of my equipments we will be buying. I've always told the National Security Journalist Peron. He's here. Where is that? I said, buy it from the Israel companies because we are safe. Why? Because we are friends. And we can never quarrel because we do not own lands there. So, we cannot be occupying or extending our property there for you to get angry. We're so worlds apart. So what is really the basic common among us? What is the common denominator that makes us decent? God. God. We believe in righteousness. We believe in karma. We believe that at the end of this earthly, we all go to our Maker. That has been instilled in us kindergarten when I was only 5 years old. I could not have nurtured an idea of slurring even again. As a matter of fact, all of my favorite shows was the one in Entebbe, And you know, Eichmann was well, those are the things that I read because I am marvel in this kind of thing. So again, I cannot. It's the birthday of she's coming, flying in, my wife. I also, I'm sorry I cannot stay long with you. I want to go on with my speech and tell you my life, but it's not possible. I have to leave because the plane has landed, and I promised her a dinner. So I have to say, please accept my apology, and it will never happen again. And